Hey everybody, Mr. Odom here, and this is a Chapter 5 review for sections 5.1 and 5.4. You're going to have a test on this soon, so make sure you are studying and have all your assignments in and you're ready to go. So, we covered section 5.1, ratios and rates. There's an example here talking about orangutans, and there's 15 of them. Let me get my highlighter. And 25 gorillas in a nature preserve. One of these orangutans swings 75 feet in 15 seconds on a rope. That looks like that could be a rate. So find the ratio of orangutans to gorillas. So I know there's 15 orangutans and 25 gorillas. So I make my ratio, and it says orangutans to gorillas. So the orangutans must go in the numerator, and the gorillas go in the denominator. Always remember to simplify your ratios, just like you simplify fractions. And then the second question, how fast is the orangutan swinging? Well, 75 feet in 15 seconds. I need to turn that into a unit rate. So first I write it as a rate, and then I need to divide the numerator and denominator by 15, and you end up with 5 feet per second. Okay, so there you go. And I did number one. I changed number one, 289 miles and 10 gallons, into a unit rate. And you can see the work that I did. Divide numerator and denominator by 10, and I get my unit rate. Section 5.2 is proportions. So if I want to know, does a ratio form a proportion? One way to do it is look at my ratios and simplify them. And when I do, if when they're in simplest form, they're equal, then I can say, yes, these ratios do form a proportion. Another tool we have in our toolbox is the cross products property. So for number 4, that's what I use, because if these two ratios formed a proportion, then their cross products would be equal. So you see here, I took 4 times 3, I got 12. I took 9 times 2, and I got 18. And you can say, no, those ratios do not form a proportion. What if you have a table and you want to know if X and Y form a proportional relationship? Well, you can graph these, or you can recognize that if I take 3 12s, 6 24s, and 8 32nds, and I write them in simplest form, guess what? That's right, they all equal 1/4. So all of these ratios are proportional. So yes, X and Y are in a proportional relationship. Let me go back up here to the first couple problems and say, if you would like to work out problems 2 and 3, go ahead and stop the video now and work those out. All right, hopefully you got the answers to problems 2 and 3. And now for these problems, I worked out problems 4 and problem 8. So I did those two. I did this one and this one. So for problems 5, 6, and 7, I'm going to stop the video now and you can work out those. All right, we're back. And let's look at section 5.3, writing a proportion. And when you can have the data in a table like this, it's pretty easy. What I like to do is just put that over that, that over that, and put an equal sign there. And guess what? That's what they just did right there. Notice how they wrote the units next to each value. This is 40 sales, 85 sales, 32 returns, and R returns. And you just have to write the proportion. You don't have to solve it. So you can see here, I solved problem 9, doing the same thing that I just showed above. I put 6 over 16 and 8 over m and put an equal sign in between them. And then this is the proportion that I have. All right, so you can pause the video now, and if you want more practice, you can work out problem number 10. All right, we're back. Last section, 5.4, the main idea in this section, solving proportions. Notice up here the variables in the denominator. And guess what they used? The cross products property. That property works whether the variable's in the numerator or denominator. So if you just want to solve these one way, I say use the cross products property. Okay, I did down here for number 11. You can see what I did. Even though the variable's in the numerator, I used a cross products property. And 5 times x is 5x. 4 times 2 is 8. And how did I get x by itself? I divide both sides by 5. You can see the canceling on the left side. And I end up with x equals 8/5. All right, so the video is going to pause again right now, and you can work out problems 12 through 14. Okay, we are back, and hopefully you got answers to those other problems and got some extra practice. And if you did, yay, the answer key is right here. And this is where the video will stop and end. And that's all I have. And this is Mr. Odom. Hopefully you guys do well in this test. I'm rooting for you. And I am out. Actually, I sound like I hurt myself. I'll just say I'm out. How's that? I'm out.